Hello my darlings, my name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. Sagittarius, I'm going to be doing your weekly soulmate reading for you from the 20th to the 27th of September. And I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for you today. I'm going to be pulling first of all my Angel Answer deck. So what I'd like you to do when I do pull these cards is to close your eyes and to ask Spirit, thank Spirit for the messages that you need to receive today. And then I'm going to go into the energies of your soulmate to see where they are on their journey. If the reading resonates for you, there will be an extended version of this reading in the description box below. And in that reading, I'm going to look at their intentions and desires towards you. I'm going to be looking at what you can do to help this connection move forward. And I'm also going to be looking at potential outcomes based on current energies. If the reading doesn't resonate, please don't try and make it fit. It simply means it wasn't for you at this time, and there will always be a reading out there for exactly the time that you need to hear it. So let's move on with the reading. And first of all, Sagittarius, if you close your eyes and think of those one or two questions that you want to ask Spirit about your soulmate, and I will pull the cards for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for Sagittarius, answers for Sagittarius. Thank you, thank you. It's beautiful, this Angel Answer deck. So, and then we'll see when we go into the reading, it'll all resonate with the Angel Answer cards as well. Thank you. What messages do you have for Sagittarius? Thank you. You've got perfect timing, which is divine timing. There's divine law in absolutely everything. So that's lovely. Perfect timing. Thank you. And the universe always loves a Star moment. Thank you. And you've got within the next few months, my darling. Okay, so we're going to move ahead with the reading now. And we're going to, as I said, tap into your soulmate's energies and see where they are. So first of all, we're going to see where they are with their perceived state of mind. And all of this is in relation to you as well. So Sagittarius' soulmate's energy. Where are they in their perceived state of mind in relation to Sagittarius? Thank you, Spirit. I'm using my Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. That wanted to come out. So we've got the Page of Cups and we've got the Eight of Swords. So I'm going to take both of those because they both came out. So what I'm feeling immediately, obviously, with the Page of Cups, pages are about messages of transition. The Page of Cups is generally an apology card. With this Page of Cups, you can see it's a transition because it's part water, part ground here as well. But they're standing on their cloak and their cloak is blue, so it's about speaking. And so they're stopping themselves at the moment from coming forward, because if they do come forward, they feel like they might fall over. It's making them feel uncomfortable, like a fish out of water. But they're going through a transformation, and that's with the lotus flowers here on their what they're wearing. So they're going through a transformation at the moment, and this is a very transformative time for them. Currently, they're caught in their mind and about this. They're caught in their fear space about this. They're not quite sure what to do, how to do it. They are being in this energy. Spirit's trying to get them to go within, hence the blindfold. They don't want to see certain things as well that's happening around them. And that for me says that they don't want to see maybe how they are in relation to others. They don't want to, it's about going within. It's a lot easier to transfer how we're feeling about ourselves onto others. But that's their perceived state of mind. But there is this need in them, this urge. It's there in their thought process about coming forward with some form of message for you. And I'm feeling it's an apology. So let's look at their challenge. And this is their challenge, that if they could overcome this, it would make their journey a little easier. Thank you. Well, very clear. It's the World card. So it's about completing a cycle for them. You know, the World card is the end of an old cycle, beginning of a new cycle. And we can choose, when we enter that new cycle, to enter into that new cycle with a higher vibration, with understanding, having gone through whatever we've gone through in the past cycle, actually shifting and changing, learning and growing from it, evolving from it. Everything that happens in our lives happens for us, and it's how we choose to receive that that makes the difference. So this is their challenge, to complete something. Whatever cycle they're in, it's to complete it. And once you come to that completion of a cycle, there's always a rest time before your new cycle happens. They are also being very protected by spirit at this time. They're being very guided by spirit at this time. They're being guided by messages they're getting. It's that sort of knowing, that understanding, trusting your instinct. The eagle for me here in this card represents the eagle and the crow, and the crows are the only birds that are brave enough to attack the eagle, but the eagle doesn't attack back. The crow lands on the eagle's back and just pecks them. The eagle doesn't respond. It doesn't do it. It just flies higher and higher and higher and higher. So for me, this is saying maybe they're in an environment at the moment which this is where Spirit's asking them to complete this cycle, where it's about ignoring negative energies around them and shifting into a place of just wanting peace and just allowing whatever negative energies, because the crow falls away from lack of oxygen as the eagle gets higher, allowing those negative energies to fall away. Let's have a look at what's in their recent past. Thank you, Spirit. Sagittarius is soulmate's recent past. Thank you. So you have here the Knight of Wands. So, and that Knight of Wands is facing away from the reading. So whatever energy they were in the past, wherever they were, it was, I'm feeling that sort of player energy, that nervous sort of in and out of relationships. Generally, the Knight of Wands, bless them, is somebody who comes rushing in, very lovely, loving, gorgeous, but can only take the relationship so far, because if they take it too far, then there's that fear of vulnerability, there's that fear of rejection. All of those things are triggers from our inner child. And so I feel that that's been their energy in the past, but they're wanting to come forward with some form of apology. There is, I feel, a fear of commitment, and Spirit shows me this card as well because of the pyramids in it. And, in Egyptian times, the wives were buried alive, weren't they, with a husband? So there's that fear of commitment, of what happens, when you become committed. It's not exactly being buried alive, but you understand what I mean. There's a sort of unreal, intense pressure they feel on them about commitment, and they felt this in the past. So now let's look at their goals and aspirations towards you. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Okay, lots of cards. Well, all beautiful. I'm going to put 3 back in because there's 5 here. I'm going to put 3 back in the pack, but I just want to show them to you because they will probably come out again. You've got the Magician, the 10 of Cups, and the Moon card. So they're being very much driven towards you by the Moon. They're being guided because the Moon guides the waves. It's that flow, and like a lobster, they're being forced to come out of the water and grow. Lobsters only shift and change when they have to grow out of their shell. So there's the Moon card there, and it's about the battle between the fear wolf and the love wolf within them, because the one that leads the pack is the one you feed. The 10 of Cups, which is lovely. So all of these emotions and everything they're feeling, their goals, it's because of these memories they have of you as well, are kind of reshifting their reality of the future. And you've got the Magician about wanting to manifest it. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Lovers, but what we've got here is the Death card. This came out separately, so this is the 2 that came out first of all, the Death card and the 2 of Cups. So the Death card here is this is their goal, to have an end of something, an end of old conditioned ways of being in relationships, an end of old conditioned cycles. Nothing stops the Death card. You can see this horse here, which is now purity, clarity, is riding away from those 2 towers, that moon, those Moon card we saw. And those towers for me represent conditioned behaviours which has to come down. The King represents the ego here, it's being trampled on. That is their goal and aspiration. They are in a space now of not knowing the way forward, but they're feeling this is they're aspiring to be different. They're recognising now that whatever this was in the past, it wasn't making them happy. And then you've got this 2 of Cups. This is you and they. This reading is in relation to yours and their energies. And so they want to listen, I'm feeling. Do you see how he's leaning in? They want to listen. They want to understand. And you, by Dunning, are very transparent. You're very clear. You're not, you're a mystery, but you're very open about it, if that makes sense. You're not scared of being vulnerable. And this is all divinely guided by Spirit. Okay, so let's see. This is what's driving them. This is as below card. So this is the feeling behind the feeling behind the feeling. Thank you, Spirit. Six of Cups, soulmate card, twin flame card, twin soul, whatever you want to call it. So this is this is beautiful. So with the Six of Cups card, soulmates come into our lives. I'm sure you've heard me say this before, but soulmates come into our lives because we feel so much for soulmates. They're sent to us as well to trigger in us the ability to heal ourselves. So we all have in us, and it's when we can observe that we have that inner child in us, those conditioned behaviours why we get triggered by things, and soulmates particularly trigger. So whatever they're feeling behind the feeling, which they may or may not be aware of, is this relationship has a very deep connection to their soul. And you both have given each other these gifts of learning. You've given each other beautiful gifts of memories and extraordinary times, and there's been a lot of childlike energy between you two as well, which is very beautiful. And again, those memories, as I said with the Ten of Cups, are what are changing their ideal about what they want, because this is beautiful, and this is do you see with the horse rowing up, this kind of fear, it's stop start, it's from a fear place. Well, this is gentle. And this is about healing that inner child within them, and this is why they want an end of this old cycle and coming forward. Very, very beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to be looking at what's the next few steps of their journey. Thank you, Spirit. Next few steps for Sagittarius' soulmate's journey. Thank you. I just see the healing card want to come out. And, sorry, beautiful. So you know we talked about healing that inner child and everything. So the Sun card flew out. So the Sun card for me is immediately saying this next few steps is about them getting back in touch with their inner child, but it's also about happiness. Sun card is the happiest card in the deck. There are soul family around them who are helping them. God, the universe, always sends people to help in the strangest of ways. They could be people we've known for a while, but new people that step in and out of our lives. But there's definitely some happiness, some lovely, there's joy and happiness coming in. And look at this, perfect timing within the next few months. And you've also got the Judgment card here. So the Judgment card is, again, this rebirth card, this with the Death card. It's the end of an old cycle. There's been symbolic endings. There's going to be a symbolic ending of this. This is in their past. There's a symbolic ending of this. Okay, the Eight of Swords. And there is going to be a change. And there's going to be almost a resurrection. And it could be this resurrection of you and they, or just them getting to know themselves all over again. But, sorry, they definitely want to speak. Excuse me for a second. The Judgment card, you know, it represents that second chance. It represents that inner calling. And it's things they can't ignore. But whatever this is, it's going to bring great peace and happiness to them as well. So that's beautiful, my darling. I hope this resonated with whoever was guided to see this message. As I said, Sagittarius, I will be now going deeper into the reading and seeing what you need to do to help this connection move forward, and also to see what your soulmate's intentions and desires are for you and the potential outcome. And in the meantime, if I don't see you in the extended, have a really lovely rest of the weekend. And I look forward to doing your reading for you again next week. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.